Hey, everybody. Welcome to another edition of People Uncorked, sharing stories one glass at a time with Matt Sames. I am Matt Sames, and today's guest is super entertaining. I've seen him perform across restaurants, across upstate New York, at charitable events. He never ceases to amaze me. Goes by the moniker, the Charming Deceptionist. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to Shaun Robison.
Hi, thanks, Matt. Thanks for having me here today. Appreciate it.
Sure. Let's get right into it. How'd you get into magic?
Oh man, so you want the long story or the short story?
Whatever you want to share.
So I was about 8 years old. Walking home from school, and I would get home from school. My grandmother was there visiting, and normally after school I'd do my homework and do chores, and then I'd watch cartoons, and then whatever. So I get home, my grandmother's visiting, and I said, "Nani, can I watch my cartoon?" She says, "Not yet. This movie is almost over. Come sit down next to me, finish watching it with me. Then you can watch cartoons, whatever." So she was watching the movie Houdini with Tony Curtis, right?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
It's a classic. Wasn't really how he died, but it was a classic movie. So I caught the last 30 minutes of it, and I wanted to know more. How did he, what happened? What about the rest of the movie? So I go to school the next day, my librarian, and says, "I want to learn about Houdini." She said, "There's a whole section of books over there. Help yourself." So I got a book about Houdini and a book that he wrote called Paper Magic, which was my first magic book. It was about origami and tricks with paper and things like that.
Cool.
So then, so that was my first introduction to magic. And then, I had a magic kit when I was 10. And then when I was 16, I met my teacher, and he was a retired professional. He used to teach in Hollywood, California. And there was a school out there called the Chavez School of Magic. And it's actually still around. And when he was there, he was the head instructor. But he retired, moved back to Utica. I met him at 85 years old, took me under his wing, taught me everything he knew.
At 85 years old?
At 85 years old. I was 16, And then, in college, we had to write a paper about somebody famous, their beginnings, how they got to where they were, and how they lived, or how they possibly died. So instead of choosing somebody famous, like the Beatles or Billy Joel, I chose him, Walt Cummings. Come to find out, I got to sit and ask him all kinds of really cool questions. Come to find out, when he was in Hollywood, he used to teach magic to movie stars, or certain things for the movie stars in their movies. So he taught Tony Curtis magic for the movie Houdini.
No way. Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, so it's like full circle.
Yeah.
Man, it was really cool. So that's kind of what got me started, and then been doing it ever since.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Personal note, you've performed at some of the Hannah's Hope fundraisers.
Yes, I have, yeah.
My daughter.
Yep. It was a lot of fun. A lot of people. It was amazing.
A lot of people.
What an event.
Every single one of them was just blown away by what you did.
Thank you.
So they all talked about your style. Mm-hmm. So your style is very unique. It's very interactive and humorous.
Yeah.
Very likable, and you bring a lot of humor into your act, which is cool. So you talked about the movie. Who else? Maybe who currently inspires you? Who are some of the deceptionist magicians that you really appreciate?
Like nowadays, it's a lot of names that most people would never even heard of. Granted, Copperfield was also a big influence when I was a kid. He also performed an illusion with Valerie Bertinelli, 1977. And I remember sitting on the floor of my living room watching this, and the trick was called The Attic. You can still find it on YouTube.
Okay.
It's with Valerie Bertinelli, and I still remember the song. It was "Weekend in New England" by Barry Manilow. It hit me.
Yeah.
So the way he performed the illusion was basically, he's up in his attic cleaning his attic, and there's a girl there, and he's thinking about this girl. He found a picture of her in a frame, and he's just thinking about her. And the song it's just really hitting you. Back then his magic was really emotional. He really told a lot of stories. So he was a big influence in me as well. But right nowadays, a lot of it is because they do a lot of close-up magic. There's a guy named Eddie Fector from Buffalo. He was a bar magician, so I learned a lot about interacting with people, and I did a lot of bar magic when I was in Buffalo. John Carney is another one who lives in Los Angeles, and he is another just an amazing thinker about magic and the history and all the sleight of hand and all that. So I would say those two are the most predominant. I try to learn magic from everywhere possible. I use everything from origami to art to movies in my shows because everybody can relate to that kind of stuff. So I try to get that in my act. So I like comedians, Robin Williams. So that's a lot of influence in my performing style. I like to kind of kind of go off on tangents sometimes when I'm performing. So it's everywhere,
But so I've seen you perform. It seems very natural. You don't seem like it's a setup. You just have a conversation. Next thing you know, you're in the middle of a trick.
You'd like to think so. It's a lot of work.
Right, but you make it seem very natural.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
That's a gift. So maybe tell people about your upbringing. Tell us about you.
Me. Well, my mother loved Elvis Presley so much that she had me on his birthday, January 8th.
Wow.
No, I'm not.
Great planning on her part.
I know. Impeccable timing. I was born in January. Grew up in East Utica, New York. I was the second of 5. And for the first couple of years, it was just my brother and I. And then my sister came along, screwed up the whole thing, And then for a little while, I was the middle child. And I didn't know it, but I had that middle child syndrome. My brother Matt was the jock, the star, and then Heather was the first girl. In an Italian family, the girl was, so I was kind of So I was kind of there in the middle, and I was kind of felt like I was just there. So I had to do all my own stuff. I kept myself busy, kept myself occupied, and that's kind of what got me into magic. I wanted to be, that. So I was, alone a lot. So I thought, I got into magic and art and, that. And that's what kind of got me where I am. So
you still live out there, don't you?
I still live in Utica. Yep.
Great food scene.
Oh my God. The food
Utica
is amazing.
greens, tomato pie.
Oh, no one knows what tomato pie is around here, but let me tell you.
Oh no, if you go down into Schenectady, you can get tomato pie.
Can you really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, I'll have to look it up.
Yeah.
I like that.
Good stuff.
Yeah, the food is amazing in Utica. It's got a great history. It really, really does. Growing up in the 70s in Utica, it was a small mob scene.
Well, all my friends from that area say when the mob ran Utica, everything was great.
It was beautiful.
when they ran the gangsters out.
Yeah. It really. It's sad to say, but it really was. The streets were clean. Everything was how it should be.
Orderly.
That's good. Very orderly.
Well, we're talking about food. You seem to perform at Delmonico's across New York State on the regular. How did that come about?
Well, another great story. I've been studying magic since I was a little kid. So obviously, I would perform like certain shows on the weekends. And I started working. I listened to everybody else. You got to get a real job. You got to get a real job. 9 to 5. So I did. I hated it. So I used to work at a bank, Charter One, which is now Citizen Bank in Utica. And I was miserable. Because it just wasn't what I wanted to do.
Don't tell me you made their money disappear.
No. There were 9 cameras. 7 of them were on me at all times. So, they kept an eye on me. But I was in my teller window one day, just kind of, and all of a sudden, this loud voice in my head, all I heard was, quit. And I looked around. Where did it come from? I had no idea. So I took out a piece of paper, wrote on my 2-week notice, folded it up, put it in my pocket, and went home. The next day, I went back to work. And it was my yearly review. So I didn't know that either, but, the manager calls me in the office. He goes, Shaun, you're really not with us anymore. You're not focused. Are you part of this team or not? And I went, nah. And I just put it on the table just like that. Didn't tell my wife, didn't tell anybody. That was it. I came home that day and she says, I just put my 2-week notice in. She goes, well, are you crazy? Because we just had a baby, on number 3.
Oh, great timing.
Yeah, I know. She goes, what are you going to do? So I'm going to do magic full time. He goes, really? Come on, Shaun. Oh, I am. I know I can. So that night I wrote out a letter explaining who I am and why this would benefit your restaurant, your company, your events, and whatever. So I sent this letter to all the restaurants in the area, Utica, Herkimer, the surrounding Utica area. And the only one that really responded was Delmonico's. They were just getting ready to open the one in Utica. And John called me up because I'm interested in what you do. So we're having a party for my father-in-law, his 85th birthday. You be our entertainer after dinner. Because I used to do stand-up shows too. So he says, sure. So I did my show, and as he's writing out my check, he goes, by the way, I want to hire you to work our restaurants. I said, well, I'm already independent, but, I'll call you Monday. So we called him Monday, had a meeting, and that was almost 24 years ago. Been doing it ever since.
So they've got restaurant, Syracuse?
Yep, Syracuse was number 1. Albany was number 2. Utica number 3. Then we did Rochester. Then we shot down to Orlando.
Oh, wow.
And then came back up and then Clifton Park.
Do you perform down in Orlando, too?
I do. I was there in April, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Good gig.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to sample some wine, give it a rating, and then we'll also see Shaun in action. We want to see some of these tricks that will blow your mind.
Awesome.
All right, welcome back to People Uncorked. Today's guest, Shaun Robison. We're going to, this is the fun part where we get to taste some
drink.
wine. Yeah.
All right.
Drink. All right, so today's offering is from Molly Duker. It's a South Australian Shiraz called the Boxer.
The Boxer.
So I've been a fan of this wine for a really long time. Super fruit forward. It's very strong.
Cool.
This is a red you can drink with a fork.
Nice.
So, oh, yeah.
It's almost like the wine family of the Guinness.
Yeah, exactly. So, cool story about the winemaker. Her name is Sarah Marquis, and they have all of their wines are delicious. Price points are like $250 down to like $25. So she's got a really broad spectrum of offerings. When we were doing a lot of fundraising for Hannah and Hannah's Hope Fund, I reached out to them, and about a week or two later, I get a flight of bottles of wine.
Wow.
That was probably worth about $1,500.
Wow.
So super generous. I'll always be grateful.
That's cool.
Yeah, and she doesn't know us from Adam. She was just being kind.
That's cool.
Yeah, pretty good. So this is the part where we drink.
All right.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers. It's dry. It's good.
Yeah. Very full-bodied.
I want some more. I love red wine, so I'm a big red wine drinker. So
Yeah.
it's good.
Oh yeah, I like it.
I could enjoy that.
Not sure you'd want to drink that in the sun when it's hot out.
No,
But
with dinner, it's definitely good with the steak.
big time.
It's definitely good.
Pasta.
Yep, steak pasta.
Oh yeah.
That's delicious.
All right. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how many corks do you give it?
Well, since it's my first time having a Shiraz, and especially this one, I think it's delicious. I'm going to go with a 10.
Woo!
I go with a 10. You know,
got 10 corks.
I mean, I'm a Merlot or a Cabernet guy. I like that, but I could really sit and enjoy this.
No doubt.
I could.
I'll give it a 9.2 corks.
Yeah,
So that's my rating.
it's good. I have no idea why they do this, but I do this because I seen it on TV.
Yep. All right, cool. Well, why don't we get in some tricks?
We could. You first. No, I'm kidding. So let's start with this. This is something I don't know. Can we get both of us in camera here? For this, now people love to ask me why I got into magic. The truth is, it's got nothing to do with the school and the books. I get all the chicks. I mean, look at them all. I gotta beat them off with a stick. No, the reason is I used to get an allowance when I was a kid, $5 a week. So this is one of my favorite things to do. I tell everyone to do this. You borrow $5 from somebody else. It works so much better with other people's money. So you can clearly see both sides, right? I'll do it slow enough so you can see. 5 $1 bills. Actually, I'm going to stand for this so we can get a better angle. We can all see this, okay?
Sure.
All right, so the important thing, of course, is that I have nothing up my sleeves. I will even pull them up just a smidgen, so you know that I'm not hiding. It's the oldest saying about magic. Oh, it went up the sleeve and went down the sleeve. But you can keep your eye on the ones at all times. Believe it or not, you're going to see 5 $1 bills vanish from my fingertips. 5 $1 bills will vanish completely. So watch them close. We go like this, and they vanish. So now 5 $1 bills have vanished. So now we have 20, 40, 60, 80, and $100. And I hate this trick because I lose $5 every time I do it. Every time. Now, it is real. You can feel it. Go right ahead. That's long enough. The bad news is it is just an illusion. I mean, obviously, if it was real, I wouldn't be here. I'd be in Vegas or prison, you know. So the sad part is it has to go back. And I won't turn them over. I won't cover them. You will see them change right back. So all you do is snap, and they go right back to the way they were.
What?
It looks cool, but it hurts like hell right there. It really hurts a lot. I'm not going to lie. So... yeah, so there it is. That's why I do this stuff.
What the hell?
Yeah, I know. It's weird.
That was
what can I
crazy.
say? Yeah, but of course, every magician has to do a card trick.
Of course.
Well, what kind of magician wouldn't do a card trick? So we do this first.
After that trick, I need a drink. Yeah. Oh, my God. Look at this.
Yeah, this isn't magic. This is 11 and a half months of my life right there. Yeah, it's a lot of alone time. Wow. A lot of alone time. Wow. So here's what we have. A full deck of playing cards. I know that sounds suspicious, but there are jokers in here as well. I buy a new deck every time I perform.
Okay.
And there are 5 Delmonicos, and I use 4 to 5 decks a week. So that's a lot of playing cards.
Yeah.
But what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop them from the fingers just like this, and whenever you feel the urge, Matt, just call out stop.
Okay.
Okay? And Hannah, you can help your sidekick.
Yep.
So whenever you want, just say stop.
Stop.
All right, we'll let you take a look at it. I won't look. I'll keep my eyes away from the camera. We'll let Hannah see it. Let the camera see it. Good. And it goes right back where it was. Is that fair?
That's fair.
It's pretty fair.
That's
pretty
fair.
fair. Now, if I said that your card was somehow on the very, very top of the pack, you would say that I was what?
Cray.
Absolutely crazy. The top card is the 8 of diamonds. What was yours? Whoops. Let's fix that. All right. We'll fix that in post. Okay. 8 of diamonds. Now, I'm going to be honest. Yeah. That was just misdirection. I just slip it out the minute you look away.
Okay.
It's an old magic technique called slipping it out the minute you look away. But it's not magic. Here's where it becomes... I know, technical. That's from a library book. But here's where it becomes real. I'm going to place the 8 over here. Place your hand on the 8. Okay. Very good. Hannah, you want to reach over too?
There.
Good. All right. So make sure there's no cheating. I'll put it a little closer, right about there, so we can all see it. Boom. On the 8. All right. Keep your hand on it, Matt. Put your hand on it. Okay. And then we're going to give this a couple of cuts just so we get a good random card. I want to make sure we get something really... Ooh, this is much better. The Queen of Diamonds. It's a good card. Watch the Queen. Not this Queen. This Queen. You're welcome, Your Majesty. But just watch the Queen. Because all I do is wave over your hand like this. And then tap. Did you feel the tap?
Sure.
Good. Did you feel that? Take a look.
What?
And the Queen.
What?
Yeah, cool.
How the hell?
Any questions so far?
Wow.
So that's a small sampling of what I do. And if we can do one more?
Yeah.
Is that cool? One
Heck
more?
Yeah.
So this is actually this last one I'm going to show you is probably my favorite thing to do when I'm doing stand-up shows and parlor shows. I'm actually working on a brand new one-man show to bring to like smaller venues, small theaters. It works great for like lecture halls for colleges because the seats kind of go down like this.
Sure.
But so it's a one-man show, and it's called On the Shoulders of Giants. So it's basically magic that we learn magic because of all the magicians from the past.
Sure.
So it's a cool little story. But we're going to use this. We can get this on camera. It's dental floss, and it's going to use a poem that I learned in the 1990s. Steve Jobs was fired from his own company. You know that?
Yeah.
Because they didn't have faith in him. And when he was hired back, he got his marketing team together and came up with a campaign that just escalated their company to what it is today. And then in the 90s, it was called, the big ad was Think Different, right? Black and white picture of somebody famous, Martin Luther King, Gandhi, all kinds of famous people. And in the upper corner was the Apple icon and the words Think Different. And then they came up with this poem, and they used it in a commercial, and it really was something that touched me, and it touched everybody because it means it relates to all of us, okay? And the poem is, here's to the crazy ones. So already we can all relate, the crazy ones.
Sure.
But we're going to use this. So a piece of dental floss. Okay? And it starts like this. Here's to the crazy ones. The misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers. The round pegs in the square holes. The ones who see things different. They're not fond of the rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, you can glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. And while some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the ones who are crazy enough to think that they can change the world are always the ones who do.
What? What?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
That was right in front of us.
There it is. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Clean your teeth with it afterwards or whatever you want. You know.
That was incredible.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. I don't think we can top that. Is there anything else you want to share?
Let's see. You want a horror story? I can give you a horror story. So
we love horror stories.
Yeah. All right. So this actually doesn't relate to my restaurant magic, although I do have one, but it's more about for magicians. But I do stand-up shows as well, after dinner parties, corporate events, and comedy clubs. So I was working a club in Buffalo, and at the time I used to use birds in my act. Okay. And I used to do a trick where I would take some ribbons, big 12-foot long ribbons, and spin them in the air, gather them all up, and out pops a bird. Well, the bird is somewhere in the ribbons. That's just all I can say, right? Okay. It's no secret. But so I would take the ribbons, I'd wave them in the air, and make a really cool arc of a rainbow with color. They're all different color ribbons. For whatever reason, I don't know. I was nervous. I have no idea. But I grabbed the ribbons and I went to go wave them in the air. But I stepped on the ribbon.
Oh, no.
Right? So I wanted to go wave it in the air like this. And the bird shot out of the ribbons like a rocket. Hit the floor.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
And I'm like, oh, God. And I'm looking around, and it's gone. I can't find it. I don't know where it went to. It was literally gone, you know? And so there were people close to the stage. He goes, dude, it's under your table. So I moved the table, and it was just standing there. He's a little stunned. I picked him up and put him in the box. Oh, God. And then another one. Again, this is probably why I stopped using birds. So I used to do a trick where I would take a piece of paper, fold it into an origami bird, put it in a pan, light it on fire, put the lid on, open it, and there's a real bird. So that was the end of my show. Talk about imagination and yada, yada, yada.
Great finale.
Yeah. So I put the lid on, lift the lid, and there's the bird, but it would normally jump up onto the edge of the pan, and then I would put him on my finger, I would take my bows and walk off stage. It didn't do that this time. I don't know what happened. I have no idea, but he didn't jump up on the edge of the pan, so I put my finger in to perch him on my finger, and he just went thunk right to the stage. So, oh boy. So it's all part of the game. So I pick him up, I put him in the cage for the other ones, and I take my bows and I walk off stage. So I'm backstage and I lift the lid of the box, and that one is gone. It's dead. I don't know what happened, why, I don't know, but it was dead. And I'm, oh shit, what am I gonna do? Oh my God, it's dead. I got 2 more shows tomorrow. Whoa! And I'm cursing like a sailor. Oh my God, what am I gonna do? Oh shit! Oh my God, 2 more shows tomorrow. I hear this, dude, your mic's still on. So I had to go out, and entertain with Close Up Magic after the show too. So that was quite fun. But
oh my God.
on a good note, this is a good story. I actually was working the Delmonicos in Utica one night, and I'm walking to the tables, and I go up to this one party, and they're in one of the private rooms. If you know the Delmonicos, they always have these private, not really private, but like separate rooms for bigger parties. Yep. So I walk in and I start talking to them, and I don't even know how I got into it, but I just started entertaining them, and they all seemed to be in a good mood, not somber or very mellow. They seemed to be happy, and I'm doing my thing, and then I having a ball with them, and I walk away and I do the next table. So at the end of the night, they're getting ready to leave, and the daughter of the mother comes in and she goes, I want to thank you. She goes, why? She goes, well, we just buried my father, and my mother hasn't smiled in months. This is the most I've seen her laugh in a long, long time.
Oh, man.
I went, oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So those are the things that really stick with you, you know?
Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah.
You definitely bring a lot of happiness and joy to people.
Thanks.
So I think that's one of the benefits of your act. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It also speaks to you as a person. So
thanks.
Thanks for being on People Uncorked. I think we're going to call it a wrap.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, man. You've been fantastic. And if anyone wants to see Shaun in action, go to Delmonico's. What's your schedule?
Well, I'm in Albany every week, and Clifton Park. Clifton Park is usually every Thursday. Albany is usually a Wednesday or a Friday, but it does change a little bit. But I do all 5 of those. But you can actually have me come to one of your events. You can call me, look me up, ShaunRobison.com, ROBISON. There's no N in the middle. My parents had to sell the middle N to pay for my little brother, so that's why there's no N. So it's Shaun, SHAUN. I'm batting 1,000 on these names. SHAUN, ROBISON, ShaunRobison.com. You can find me there, or Facebook, or Instagram, or YouTube, or.
And do you have a schedule for your show, your one-man show?
Not yet. I'm actually working on it. I'm looking to I'm still working on it. Still developing the rest of the effects. It's basically I'm taking like 4 magicians from the past that every magician looks up to, and they study them more than any other magician. Max Malini, Di Vernon, my teacher Walt Cummings, and then there was John Ramsey, which is another guy from Scotland. So I've taken their ideas and their tricks and adapting them to my personality, into my show. And we're going to turn that into, On the Shoulders of Giants.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, when you do have a schedule, let us know.
Absolutely.
We'll help you get the word out.
Yeah, definitely. You can always call the restaurants, too, and find out when I'm going to be there. Okay. Because they always know a month in advance.
But your one-man show. We want.
The one-man show. Yeah, we're working on that. I'll definitely let you know.
Yeah. All right. Cheers, buddy.
Thanks. Cheers. Thanks, Hannah. Cheers.
And that's a wrap.